Hello, my friends. Welcome. Welcome from wherever you are around the globe. So happy to spend time with you. I also want to let you know that this is one of the days where the unexpected has happened, and there's a giant construction project going on out there. And so if we get to a point, Michelle's going to let me know if there's any, if that is invading our space to the extent that it is disruptive. But otherwise, using my mic system, and so we're all set to go here. So I wanted to set the stage for basically what we're up to with our explorations here, which is experiencing the refreshment of and nourishment of our attention. So we really think of our attention as something that basically goes out. So for a moment, just pay attention, and let your body respond to the pay attention. And usually that's a focus and you kind of come more outward. So we forget that attention is the most basic nourishment and something that we require as humans. So we think, oh, it would be nice, but it's okay if I don't get it. Well, it's not okay if you don't get it. We require attention lifelong simply to function, simply to have all of our systems function. And so I'd like you to just do a little internal assessment of your attention reservoir right now. So how much nourishment are you getting from attention? So just take a moment to assess that. Are you receiving attention? Is your own internal reservoir kind of sloshing around happily because you've got lots of attention? Are you feeling that you need some attention? You would like some attention? When you say, I need some attention, does that bring up, oh, I shouldn't need attention? So let yourself just get kind of needy for a moment. Just feel needy. I need attention. I want attention. Let your body take on your needy posture. And then notice when you do that, if you judge yourself, like, I shouldn't need attention. I should get to a certain point where I don't need attention anymore. And that's one of the tricks that we play on ourselves, that we should be able to eventually be independent. And what I want to suggest to you is that you should eventually get so fluid with giving and receiving attention that you're both filling your own reservoir and making that available for others. So see if you would be willing to have such a rich flow of attention that you're nourished and that other people around you are nourished. And go ahead and let your body just fluff out into that for a moment. If you're willing to grow your giving and receiving of attention, just go ahead and let your body take on the yes of that. And I love the here because it counteracts any criticism that I have for myself if I'm claiming that I want and need attention. So there's lots of research, won't go into that right now, but for you and for me, I think every day the process of giving and receiving attention can be as the basis of our well-being. So just take a moment and notice any place in your body that's wanting your attention. Could be big or little. My attention just went to the back of my knees. And so now I'm going to create a and I'm going to direct that kind of swirling around and lightly touching the back of my knees. So I'd like you to listen to where in you would like attention and what kind of attention would you like? Would you like it swirling? Would you like it nice and firm? Would you like it like a feather? And give yourself that kind of attention. And I just had, when I gave that to my niece just had a kind of a happy little burst, like, oh, oh, she noticed. So let yourself, you can give yourself attention, and you can also notice how you're giving yourself attention. That's how incredibly wonderful our attention abilities are. And now I'd like you, because the other side of attention is turning your attention outward by choice. And I'd like you to let yourself get curious and notice something outside of you that you haven't noticed in a while. And let your attention go to that. Like, I'm noticing a particular design on a lamp that I haven't really given my full appreciative attention to in a while. So give your attention to it and let it land. And how is it that you let your attention land? So is it landing lightly, like the Mars landing? Or is it landing really fully, like you're, jumping into it? So notice what kind of attention you're giving and how you land. And I'm noticing the design, and I'm appreciating that. And then I'd like you to take the quality of your appreciation and bring it back to you. So you've let appreciation go out. Now let appreciation come back and land somewhere in you. I'm feeling I want it to land in my high chest. So in giving and receiving attention, we generally favor one or the other, either get caught out or get caught in. And so sometimes I like to make this motion. So I'm giving and I'm receiving. So sometimes I'm giving and then I'm receiving. So you can notice the pace. Does it happen simultaneously? Maybe not. So you might receive and then get all filled up, and then letting your attention go out. So the basic move is to circulate your attention. So I'd like you to just take a few minutes to do that, of circulating your attention. Now, when you circulate it through you, I'd like you to circulate it down your back and up your front, and then out and back, sort of like an infinity sign. You're making a vertical infinity sign, circulating it out and then back to you and over you, like an attention loop-de-loop. And some of you, like me, like to move your body while you're doing that, and some of you may not. And all of that is just great. All of that is just fine. What I'd like you to play with, though, is the actual movement of your attention. So when I circulate it through my body, I actually feel my breath expanding. So notice if you, when you're circulating, what expands, and in that, what's calling for your attention. And then you might get caught like, oh, I just want all the attention over here, which is just letting you know that maybe the balance between giving and receiving has gotten a little out of whack. And you may want to favor a little bit more over here, getting filled up, and then giving some attention out, and then giving some attention back to you. So the quality of attention that we give is usually pretty critical. That's what people have learned, is to give themselves critical attention. And critical attention is not very nourishing because it kind of bounces off. Have you ever noticed when you're criticizing yourself, you don't receive it very gracefully? So the is designed for you to be able to receive and to shift from critical brain to wonder brain. So I'd like you to practice now, and letting that when I, it feels kind of oozy and it lands on my body and kind of drapes over me. And then when you create the out here, notice how that changes your sense of judgment or evaluation into appreciation. And notice something that you can then give your attention to fully and let it land. I usually take a breath when I do that. So sometimes attention can get kind of clogged up. So part of our practice here is simply circulating. And my feet just spoke to me and said, hey, what about me? I carry you around all the time. You stand on me all the time. I'd like some attention. So notice if there's some place in your body that's giving you that kind of message. Hey, I'd like some attention. And I'm giving my attention to my feet now, and they're going into a wiggle. So often your body will signal you with some kind of sensory attention or some kind of achiness. So for me to be able to, I'm about to have somebody come up to the door here. Yeah, so this is, you know how the unexpected happens? Well, there's this giant water meter project going on over here, and the guy just came to the door to say, where do you want your water meter, ma'am? So so here we are, life. So when that happens, what happens to your attention? So what happened for me is my attention went out. I got a little frozen. So I'm going to do a little wiggling now. So I want to invite you to let yourself intermingle fear melters with attention. So we've got wiggling. We have oozing. So you could even have an oozy attention. You could have a wiggle attention. One of the things we practice here a lot is love scoops. So you can scoop up all of that luscious attention. And notice where that might want to land in you. So it's one thing to let it circulate and another to let it land. So love scoops you can let fall over you, but you can also let them land. So let love scoops land someplace like, I'm going to take my love scoops around and let it land in the middle of my back. And feeling my hands on the middle of my back as a, So this week, I want to invite you to shift from critical brain to wonder brain with the and to let your attention move with love scoops and other fear melters and letting it land. Because the other aspect of loop of awareness that's so incredibly important is that you get to get a sense of how am I being received? So if I give attention just to me and I'm talking to you and I never give any attention to you, I'm never going to know how it lands. So in your conversations with people, in your interactions, loop of awareness can also let you know, how are we connected? Is attention circulating between us? So take just a moment to let your attention land on some folks in the group that you haven't seen before, and even, or somebody's name if you can't actually see them, and let yourself appreciate them, appreciate you. And you can add that into your practice of, oh, if I give attention to you, I can also give attention to me, and we can both be refreshed. So this motion, when you forget, you can use this motion, some for me and some for you, and some for me and some for you, and playing with the balance of that. Beautiful. I love that. All right, super.